I want to go back to our domestic politics and some of the leadership shenanigans going on behind closed doors there too, with National Senate Leader Bridget McKenzie joining us from Bendigo. Good to talk to you again, Bridget. You must be disappointed by the news that Senator Jacinta Nampijinpa-Price is leaving your party to sit with the Liberals.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's a devastating loss to our party room, particularly our Senate party room. We're a tight team, we're a close-knit team. We've fought many battles together. And whilst we're strong coalitionists, we are very, very separate parties. And so it's very disappointing news that Jacinta has decided to head over to the Liberals.
It is a slightly unusual situation, of course, being from the Territory. They're members of the Country Liberal Party, but yeah, traditionally the senator from there has always sat with the Nationals. Now, the ambition here intrigues me, and this is why I thought to ask Jacinta about it on Monday, because I just thought there might be a path there for her to have a more prominent role with the Liberals, but obviously you're after a deputy. She could have put herself up to be deputy of the Nationals. Obviously that's not going to happen now. You need a new deputy, of course. Will you be putting yourself forward?
With the loss of Perrin?
Yeah.
Well, Chris, you know, I think it's devastating news. Jacinta could have put her, if she wanted to be part of the leadership team of the coalition, there was a vacancy in the National Party deputy leadership, obviously, and she chose not to do that. Now, I know I've spoken to people in the Territory today following the news. They're devastated that she's chosen to leave the Nationals because the Territory Senator has always been with the National Party, bar for a brief break in the 70s. And indeed, the Territory Senator in Nigel Scullion was not only leader in the Senate, he was for a short time leader of our entire party. And so it is a great loss. In terms of my own ambitions, well, we have a party room on Monday, we have a Senate party room on Monday, and I'm a great respecter of my party rooms, and so I won't be showcasing my thinking here on Sky, Chris, as much as I adore you.
Could I just showcase some of my thinking? And that is that Perrin Davey was the deputy leader, even though she sat in the Senate with you, and you, of course, are the Senate leader for the Nats. It would make obvious sense for you now to become the deputy leader as well as the Senate leader for the Nationals.
Well, for those who haven't been following at home, I have been deputy leader to Barnaby Joyce. I was elected in 2017. I've also been deputy leader to Michael McCormack. So I'm, you know, very blessed and humbled to be the Senate leader at the moment, and all positions will be spilled on Monday, Chris, and that's all I'm going to say about it. I prefer to do our leadership discussions away from the cameras.
That was a pretty good pitch, though. I'll give you that much, Senator McKenzie. Just bear with me, because I'm reading this in live time. I want to share it with you and our audience at the same time. And that is because your leader, David Littleproud, has put out a statement regarding Jacinta Nampijinpa-Price. And he says that he is disappointed that she's opted to switch to the Liberals. And he negotiated an extra position in shadow cabinet before the election, of course, to get her into the shadow ministry, which was important, especially for The Voice. And the Nationals were the first to lead the no case with her. So he's essentially saying she got a lot of assistance and support from the Nationals, and now she's leaving them. So he appreciates she has ambition that extends beyond the possibilities of the Nationals, and he wishes her well. So we'll get into that in more detail when he speaks. But this is intriguing, right? Because if she has ambitions beyond the Nationals, well, she's leader of the Nationals. You can be Deputy Prime Minister, right? That comes with the job if you're in government. The only way to be more ambitious than that is to actually be the Prime Minister. And she can't do that from the Senate. Do you think this might be presage a move by Jacinta Nampijinpa-Price to actually switch to the lower house in years to come?
Well, I think, you know, Jacinta spearheaded our No campaign that was so successful and really saved our country. And, you know, we'll forever be grateful for that. But incredibly disappointed. Loyalty matters in the game of politics, and so it is incredibly disappointing. I share David's disappointment, and indeed my Senate team, who I've spoken to all of them today, who've assisted not just Jacinta but the CLP, right throughout the campaign and prior to make sure we can strengthen their offering and help their candidates wherever we could, are incredibly disappointed by this move by Jacinta. So I'm going to let her speak for her ambitions, but I can just say that, you know, we loved what she did in our party room and disappointed that she's decided to leave us to pursue other opportunities with the Liberal Party. Is
it more strength to the arm of those who say the two parties should merge nationally like they have in Queensland?
I'm from the Victorian Nationals and they'll have to do that over my dead body.
That's pretty clear.
We are very different political movements.
Yeah.
Very different political movements with very different philosophies.
Thanks for joining us, Bridget. I appreciate it. Senator Bridget McKenzie there, Victorian National Senator, joining us live from Bendigo.